we mentioned these teachings of Tazkiya al-Nafs. And we talk about the inner jihad and the outer jihad, the greater jihad and the lesser jihad. We've heard about this. So if we don't have the opportunity to lay down our life, at least we can not sacrifice our life, we can sacrifice our nafs and our desires. When we talk about this principle of Amr bin al-Ma'ruf, we know that we are commanded wherever we have authority to implement Islam, to enjoin good and forbid evil. So at this time, you may not have authority. You personally, myself, we don't personally have authority in different parts of the world, unless you're made a Khalifa in this place or that place. But you're all made Khalifa. All of us are Khalifa of our own body. This body is our amana. Our body, our minds, our hearts. This is all in our control. This is all within our control. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we return to Him, He will ask us about this, and they will testify against us, right? What did we do with them? Did we use it for haram or did we use it for halal? Did we use our hands to make some change for good, or did we use it for something haram, to harm other people, to steal from Muslims? What did we use it for? What did we use our eyes for? Our tongue? Did we backbite and eat the flesh of our brothers? Are we speaking good and using it for the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What are we consuming? What are we eating with our stomachs? Are we eating halal? A lot of the things that we started boycotting were haram before they needed to be boycotted. They were not halal, right? A lot of these things, they were not halal. They're not, for example, some of these, fast food restaurants that we boycott, they don't have halal food. So we shouldn't have been going there in the first place, right? Why aren't we boycotting them already? Because it's haram. Is it not enough? Is it not sufficient for us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran to eat what is halal and to forbid what is haram? Why are we still partaking from these things? So inshallah, there's a course of Tazkiya developed by Shaikh Abdul Qadir Jilani rahimahullah, which goes to the purification of the body, of the mind, of the heart, and of the nafs. And there's these stages of purification, because before you can purify the nafs and sacrifice the nafs, and you have to realign the desires, right? So the nafs becomes inclined to what's halal and against what's haram. You have to go through these stages of purification. And alhamdulillah, I just came back actually from a dawah tour in Africa. And alhamdulillah, if a lot of people know different countries, you see people that claim to follow Abdul Qadir Jilani, these different groups. And a lot of them, when we go there, we visit them, they're not following actually the teachings of these shuyukh, whichever one it may be. So we are calling them back to the teachings of the shuyukh of Islam, right, of Abdul Qadir Jilani rahimahullah. These are the teachings that they've given us of Tazkiya, which is what was followed by those people who liberated Al-Quds, right? The Fatih of Jerusalem is by implementing this in their lives, implementing this in their day-to-day lives. So until we implement Islam in our lives and implement the Quran and the Sunnah in our day-to-day life, we will not see a change in ourselves, and we will not see a change in the Ummah. There's one piece of flesh in us. This is the qalb, the heart, which he say, if this is purified, then inshallah everything is purified. See, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, unless we return with a qalbi salim, nothing else will help us. Right? Nothing else will help us. No wealth, no family. Even the Prophet ﷺ told his family that they have to do salat. They will not be guaranteed anything because of their position. Islam is not by hereditary, right? Islam is not, we're not born into Islam. We come into Islam. We're not born into this rank or that rank. It's by taqwa. By taqwa. When we fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we fear the state of our heart when we return to Him. We fear meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without a qalbi salim. And a qalbi salim, to talk about what does that mean quickly in the time that remains. In Arabic, we talk about the qalbi is something that's turning over, changing states. And salim, like the name of Allah, as-salam, is the one who's free from any defects and the source of peace. Because in Jannah, you'll be free from any defects and you'll be at peace. But in the dunya, we have all sorts of tests and trials. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source of peace. We don't say He is the peace, He is the source of peace, and He is free of defect. So to come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a qalbi salim, it means to turn our heart over to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to purify it from anything except for La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. So inshallah, I didn't know that you had a drive today of recruitment for the board. That was news to me, but inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put strength in this community and bring people to action. Alhamdulillah, we're also starting another masjid just last Ramadan in Lafayette. So that's where we've started in near Orinda and Moraga. It's called LMC, La Morinda Muslim Community. So inshallah, all of you are welcome there as well. And inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that we bring the communities together, we bring the masajid together, bring the different groups together, and take away anything that separates us and divides us, because anything that separates and divides us from shaitan. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that unites us in the Quran and the Sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from any deviation. May He continue to guide us in the Sirat al-Mustaqim, guide us on the Sirat al-Mustaqim, and keep us away from going astray and going daleen.